All right, today we are opening up the case files on fertility. We're going to tackle some of the most common and, let's be honest, sometimes really complex questions people have. We'll break down answers from an expert Q&A and turn these real-world worries into some clear, straightforward takeaways. So, here's what's on the docket. We're going to talk about planning for your fertility future, even in your 20s. Then we'll get into the partner's crucial 90-day plan. After that, we'll decode what's going on when your cycle suddenly seems to change. We'll navigate a game plan for endometriosis. And finally, figure out what to do when those popular trackers just aren't giving you answers. First up, let's dive into a really smart question from a 23-year-old. She wants to know how to prepare her body for a pregnancy down the road. This is all about thinking ahead, even if having kids isn't something you're planning for right now. I mean, what a fantastic question, right? And we're hearing it more and more. It's about shifting from just reacting to fertility problems later to proactively building a strong foundation for your health right now. And the expert answer really breaks down into 3 key steps. So, what's the game plan? Well, first, get to know your own body. Start tracking your cycle. Is it pretty regular? Do you get spotting? Just understanding your personal normal is so powerful. Second, get some actual data. An AMH blood test gives you a little snapshot of your ovarian reserve, your egg count. It's a simple way to see if there are any potential red flags you should know about early on. And third, and this is a big one, remember that all those small daily choices really add up. The food you're eating, your sleep habits, how you handle stress. Living an anti-inflammatory lifestyle now is basically a long-term investment in your future fertility. Okay. Let's shift gears for a second and talk about a part of the equation that is so often overlooked, the partner's role. Because this really needs to be a team approach. And this just nails it, doesn't it? Conception is a 2-person job. It's so important to remember that male partners have a massive opportunity to directly and pretty quickly impact the health of a future pregnancy. So, why 90 days? What's the magic in that number? Well, that's roughly how long it takes for a completely new batch of sperm to develop from start to finish. We're talking about a full refresh cycle every 3 months. And get this, the potential for change here is just staggering. Men produce around 1,500 new sperm every single second. This means that making lifestyle changes isn't some long, slow process with far-off results. You can see a real, measurable impact in a very short amount of time. So, here is the 90-day reset plan. For 3 months, the focus is on avoiding things known to damage sperm. That means cannabis, nicotine, alcohol, and even excessive heat, like from saunas and hot tubs. At the same time, the focus is on improving things. We're talking an anti-inflammatory diet packed with fruits and veggies, making quality sleep a priority, and building muscle. These changes can seriously improve sperm health and, most importantly, the genetic quality of that future embryo. Okay, on to our next case file. This is a common one. Someone starts taking a new prenatal vitamin, and all of a sudden, they notice their ovulation is delayed. It can be super confusing, so let's unpack what could really be going on here. So the specific ingredient in question was DHA. You'll see this in a lot of prenatals. It's an omega-3 fatty acid, and it's fantastic for a baby's brain development. It's generally anti-inflammatory. It's one of the good guys, so it is extremely unlikely that DHA itself is causing a delayed cycle. Before you blame the supplement and toss the bottle, it is so important to remember this. Our bodies are not perfect machines that run on a precise schedule. Sometimes you just have an off month. A weird cycle can pop up out of nowhere, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's a bigger problem. So if it's probably not the supplement, what else could it be? Well, there are some much more likely culprits. Things like getting sick with a cold, a sudden spike in your stress levels, a few nights of really bad sleep, even an undiagnosed issue with your thyroid or prolactin levels. These are all way more common reasons for your ovulation to get thrown off schedule for a month. All right, let's move on to a really big topic, endometriosis. It's a complex condition, for sure. The question we're tackling here is how to best optimize your chances of getting pregnant after you've had surgery to treat it. You know, it's so important to understand what endometriosis really is. It's not just about tissue growing in the wrong place. At its core, it's a chronic, inflammatory, and autoimmune disorder. The real issue is how the body's immune system goes into overdrive and overreacts to those cells, which creates a ton of inflammation that can really impact fertility. And this leads us to a really critical timeline. Right after a surgeon removes those endometriosis lesions, the inflammation in your body is at its absolute lowest. This creates a 6-month window of opportunity. Think of it as your prime time. where your chances of conceiving go back to the normal baseline for your age. This is the key window. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. You do not want to waste that 6-month window. It's a huge mistake to just assume that the endometriosis was the only thing holding you back. This is the perfect time to get a complete fertility workup. Check on male factor fertility, make sure the fallopian tubes are open, confirm that you're ovulating regularly, cover all your bases. And for our final case file, let's talk about something that drives a lot of people crazy. What in the world does it mean when you can never, ever get a positive result on an ovulation predictor kit, or an OPK? Okay, so here's the deal with OPKs. They're designed to do one very specific thing: detect the surge of luteinizing hormone, or LH, which is the hormone that tells your body to ovulate. But they can miss a lot. Maybe your LH surge is naturally weak or super short. Maybe your urine was too diluted. Or it could be pointing to an underlying issue like PCOS. They're a useful tool for some, but they are definitely not a perfect diagnostic for everyone. Now, this often comes up when people stop taking birth control. And there's a huge myth that the pill somehow lingers in your system. It doesn't. It's gone within days. If your cycle doesn't come back regularly, it's almost always because the pill was actually masking an underlying issue, like chronic stress, insulin resistance, or a problem with that brain-ovary communication pathway that is now finally coming to light. So, if you are going to use OPKs and you want to give them their best chance to work, timing can actually make a difference. That LH hormone tends to get released by the brain really early in the morning. It takes a few hours to actually make it into your urine, which is why that window between about 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is often the sweet spot for testing. But again, just remember, they are not the right tool for everybody. You know, when you step back and look at all of these different questions, from planning ahead to solving problems, there's one theme that just keeps coming up. Knowledge is power. The more you understand about your own body and its unique patterns, the better equipped you are to advocate for yourself and find the formula that is made just for you. So as we close out these case files, I want to leave you with this one thought. Whether it's asking your doctor about that AMH test, or starting a conversation with your partner about their health, or even just downloading an app to start tracking your cycle, what is one proactive question you can ask about your health this week to take that next step on your own journey?